Good morning, everyone. I'm back again. I was on at 9 o'clock and we did the morning create that I was supposed to be doing on Monday, but I wasn't feeling well. So I thought I could squeeze that in this morning before I do the scrapbook class. And so I'm just trying to make sure that we're all where we need to be. I don't know what I all said already, but I'm Gina Bulow from Fond du Lac, Wisconsin. I'm an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator. And this class is May's Scrapbook Class featuring the airplane set. So that is what I have for you this morning. And like I said, I am just making sure I'm doing everything right here. As most of you know, we've had to change the system a little bit. Switcher Studio did an update and things are a little bit different and kind of need Christine and I both kind of doing things. So welcome. So I'm going to kind of just go over some things that I have coming up before we get to our scrapbook page. I'm really excited about today because I kind of done a technique / fun fold in our scrapbook page today. So I'm really excited to share that with all of you today. But first, I'll show you what we got. So this morning, we made these 3 cards. This is the May Morning Create class, and we did 3 guy cards. I thought I was in the mood to do some guy stuff. It's not something we do that much, and I should. I had gone through my cards, and I thought, oh gosh, I really should do some guy cards. I don't have much. So we brought in the motorcycle, the airplane, and a little bit of fishing. So we got a little fishing vest going on here. So if you want these cards, this class is $17 plus shipping. So it's an additional $6 for shipping. This class will be available until June 1st, along with today's scrapbook page. Today's scrapbook page is $24 plus 6 for shipping, and that will be available till June 1st. And then I also have I'm trying to see comments, guys. Oh my goodness. Technology is supposed to be great, right? Okay, then I also have Stamp a Stack here, which I did the video last week Sunday for. This is the Wildly Flowering set. And you're making 16 cards, 4 different designs, 16 cards, okay? So we have this card here, and these frames are absolutely fabulous. I talked about them in the last video. I love these. There are so many things you can do. So these are the 3 different dies. Now, they don't look like much, so you get 3 different dies, but they're so pretty. So you have this outline, and it's all stitched. You have a scalloped one, and then a stitched one in between. But now you can take this one here, cut out 2 of them, and I did 2 different colors. I split the bottom one in half, and you have that on both sides. This piece here cuts out another piece in the middle, so I have those 3 pieces here for this card, and then kind of the same concept here. So many things, and they would make a really great shaker card, and our airplane card used that this morning. This was the largest die, and the inside cuts this out. So really cool dies that you're going to want to have in your set. So this comes with the pack of DSP that coordinates with it, the pack of gems, and also a pack of the jute twine. The cost is $55, $10 to ship. This kit is available until June 1st. So if you want these kits, please reach out to me. The best way to get a hold of me is send me an email. You can email me at ginalbulow@gmail.com. You can reach me on Facebook, Glitter and Ink with Gina. Now, I would really appreciate if you guys liked and followed my page. That is where I put all of my updates. My updates are all going to be there Christine doesn't, you know, update that on her end. So if you want to know if I need to change a class or what's coming up, my Facebook page right now is the best place to find all that, okay? And also you can call me or text me at any time at 920-251-3618. So those are the places that you can reach me at. You know, I've had some people and they've reached out to Christine, and Christine will just forward me that. She won't answer questions or anything like that. Those you have to get from me. She's got her own stuff to worry about, so make sure that you guys reach out to me if you have any questions, or even if you have questions about a card I made or something I did in a video that you got a question about, okay? Feel free to reach out anytime, okay? So let's bring in our scrapbook page and let's get started. So for this, you're going to need your own 12 by 12 Misty Moonlight. Now I have been working with the neutrals pack, I think since last October, and you could use white too if you want, but this is what I have been working with the last few months here and there. If I'm not using white, I've been trying to pull from the neutrals pack, okay? So we've just been doing a little bit of the neutrals pack and sneaking it in there. Okay, so for our first page, I'm going to get to the fun stuff right off the bat because I'm excited to do this. I'm happy with how it turned out. So we have our 12 by 12 piece of Misty Moonlight, okay? And then I also cut a piece of 11 by 11 white cardstock. So we're gonna glue that down right away. If you're on, say hello. Tell me where you're coming from. Tell me what's new. We had some bad storms actually come on through Wisconsin yesterday, and it looks like the storm pretty much was covered from Wisconsin down to look like Arkansas. So I hope everyone stayed safe during that storm. We didn't have much here. I know the surrounding communities though did have some loss of power and wires and stuff like that down. So I hope everyone around who's watching has stayed safe through all of that. Okay, so we have a piece of Misty Moonlight, 11 by 4. Okay, no, 4 1/4. Sorry, 11 by 4 1/4. Then I have a piece. This is the airplane DSP. This is also 11. So this one's 11 by 4 1/4. This is 11 by 4. Now I also scored a 1/2 inch. You can't really see it. Maybe on this side. No, you can't see it. But I did score a 1/2 inch. So I'm going to flip that forward. Mary, hello. Okay, so I have that piece here. And what we're doing, I guess, some of you had mentioned flippin' flaps or something like that, and I think close to my heart does something like that. So that is kind of what I got going on here. So I'm going to glue my flap here, or my piece here, to this. Now I only want to put glue right here along this 1/2 inch seam up here, okay? Oops. I'm used to grabbing from the right and I'm grabbing Christine's. So we're putting glue just along there. And this is gonna, oops. Sorry guys. This is going to go straight to the top. And you're going to center it so that you have that nice border along the edge. So this is going to flip up like this. We're going to take a piece of our twine here and adhere that, and then I'll bring a little piece in the front to just tie a knot, just adding some texture. That, and then I'm just going to take a little piece like this. My thumbs weren't working there. And I'm just going to tie a knot. And then I want it frayed. I like the look of that. So I'm gonna open this up a little bit. And you could take your pick tool and just put it through here, and that'll open it, or you can twist it in the opposite direction that it's wrapped. Okay, so we have that. Now we're going to have two mats for photos over here, and these are 6 1/4 by 4 1/4. So you just want to make sure, I want to leave a little white space here, but I want to make sure that I have enough white space all the way around. Okay. All right, now we have this down. I'm also going to glue these down right away. So these are for photos. So this would be a traditional 4x6 photo. So Mary, what are you up to today? Okay. So now I made 7 of these flaps. These flaps are 5 1/2 by 3 3/4. Along the 5 1/2 side, so on your long side, you're going to score that at 1/2 inch on each piece. Okay, I'm going to take and fold on the score line. Now there's a couple ways that you could do this. You could definitely add more if you want to. I didn't know, because I've never done this before, and I didn't have any photos on hand, how bulky this would be and if it would lay okay. So I just started with 7, and that seemed to be a pretty good number, I think. And so what I'm going to do, we're going to lift this flap up, okay? And we're gonna start up here. And you wanna make sure that you center this in here so that none of your white is showing through. You're chilling with me, how wonderful, Mary. Okay, and you're gonna take, I'm gonna use tear and tape just so I have a little bit more wiggle room with these. So I'm gonna put a piece of tear and tape on all of these little 1/2 inch pieces. Just in case I oopsie, you know, I need some wiggle room. Okay, so now I'm going to take our first piece off, and with this flap here, this is what I have my tear and tape on. I'm going to lay my first piece like so. Okay, so this is where photos are going to go, and I think I made a mat to show you. So your photo size for this would be 4 7/8 by 3 5/8. Now you could make this wider if you needed to. So you can put a photo on here like this. So pretend this is your photo. And when you flip this up, you can put another photo. So this is where I say you can do this 2 different ways now. Now I have it like this, and my next piece, I'm gonna bring down and do it like this. Like I said, I didn't know how bulky this would be, so I only went with 7. Now essentially, you could bring this right up here, like so. Oh no, you can't do that. You could bring it right up here, like that. But I'm actually going to leave a space like this and go down. So essentially there are 7 pieces here. You'll be able to add an additional 14 cards to this. Or 14 photos, I should say. So that I'm flipping this one back up, leaving a little space. And when I measured this out, I believe this was all the space that I needed, because we want this to come to the bottom, okay? My tear tape doesn't want to come off. There we go. So So we're putting another one here. So we're almost, if I line this up just right, we're going to have a little more space. You could probably add maybe one more, but this will get you started. So depending how close you put these together will depend on how many you can actually put in here. So this is what we have. Now you could put a little journaling down here if you wanted to. You could add a piece of DSP down here if you wanted to. Completely up to you what you want to do with this space. Or you could spread these out farther. Okay? So like I said, and you'll be able to fit photos. So here's one photo. We're going to flip it over and you can put another photo. Isn't that cool? So you're going to have all these layers of photos to put it in through here, okay? And it closes like this. Now you could add a title to this. You could decorate this up if you wanted to. You could put a plane on here. I actually have some clouds die cut and we're going to put a plane over here. But you could definitely do more with this if you wanted to. In this kit, I'm also going to cut out one of these for you. I might do two because you never know what you want to, but there are double letters of some of the letters. So you're also going to get this, all these little letters. They're all die cut in here for you. Okay, so you can make your own title with this. You guys are loving the layers. Isn't this cool? Oh my goodness, I was so excited. You know, sometimes you get an idea in your head and you're like, I can do that. And you hope that it turns out the way that you envision in your head. And this was actually easier than I thought it would be. So this is a great way to get a lot of photos. Let's say you went on a really cool trip and you want to get a lot of photos. That's kind of what this album or this layout is all about, is using a lot of different photos. So there we go. That's that. And that, when you put it in a sleeve or whatever, will stay nice and flat. So then I took two got lots of pieces here. Two balmy blue clouds. This is from the, I think it's Rainy Days or something like that. These are the clouds from that. So we're going to put those clouds here along with an airplane. We got this guy. That's going to go like that. And then I embossed these clouds. I don't know all the names yet of all the stamp sets and stuff, but this is one of the really giant, it's kind of got this cool wave to it. One of the really giant embossing folders. I forget what size they are, 6 by, gosh, I'm going to guess like 8, 9. So I did that with this. And that's to get that look, just to give our clouds some texture. And I am also going to, now I have a sponge here. We don't sell the sponges anymore. They used to come in a pack of 3 round, and then I would cut them in 4s so I can use them for different colors. You could use a sponge dauber. You could also use your blending brushes. And I'm going to bring in my Whisper White ink. And on my Whisper White ink, I'm going to do it on the back just to make sure I like it. But I thought I'd just go over the embossed pieces, yeah, and just give it a little bit of texture here. And it gives some variation in our clouds, because we all know the clouds aren't solid. So if you look at that, it helps the embossing stand out just a little bit more. So here it is, and then you can see the white, how it brought some of that whiteness to it, and it kind of lightens up your clouds a little bit. Mary, we took a lot of flying pictures from a plane, so this will be perfect for you. We have pictures, we have EAA around here. I don't know how familiar you guys are with EAA, but it's a pretty big thing here. It's in Oshkosh, which is about 20 minutes north, and it is a big fly-in convention. People come from all over the world to come here, and they say it is the busiest airport in all of the world for that week. I forget like how many planes they say come in and stuff, and it is just packed, and they have different activities throughout the week. I believe the Blue Angels sometimes come in and do a show, all sorts of different things, and I think they feature different year airplanes and things like that, and there's lots of different things for kids. There's camps and things like that for it, so it was a really neat event. I'm just trying to figure out how I want to layer this, if I want the big cloud or I think I'll do it like that. So I'm just going to glue my first one down, and I'm just going to glue it in the middle, because if I want to put a picture here, that way I can still tuck the picture, because this is a pretty large cloud here. And I'll pop up this one. And this layout can be because you were on a plane, or these layouts could be because you've traveled somewhere. So you don't have to specifically be, oh, this is a plane layout, I'm not going to scrapbook this, I've never been on a plane, or whatever. Can definitely be used for just plain travel. Pull out my little pieces here. Okay, and remember, we don't want to put liquid glue up through here, because this is going to go over like this, okay? So only this part actually goes on the base of the airplane. Oops, thought I grabbed an extra one. Okay, so here we have our airplane. Now if you wanted to, on the clouds, you could put, you know, like up, up, and away, or you could do something like that if you wanted to also. So that's pretty much it. I mean, it's pretty simple, but it's really cool to have, you know, all this extra space for all of your photos. So I'm pretty excited with how this has turned out. So that is side one of our layout. Side two, I'm kind of going for a Polaroid look. is what I'm doing with this side. So this side, I have all of these white pieces. And these white pieces are, I look at my white. I don't want to get these wrong. Okay. Three and 3/4 by 2 and 3/4. Okay. So what we're going to do like a Polaroid. So what you would do is for your photo, you're going to have a piece of, so that your photo would be 2 7/8 by 2 5/8. Now remember, I know it's hard to cut pictures down, but if you just want to have a little piece of a sunset, or you have a photo from a distance, all you need is that little bit in here. And then you could put whatever memory this is. Let's say you went, this one was Cancun, and this was St. Thomas. Let's say you went to a bunch of islands on a cruise. You could go around and say this, or you went to different states and traveled around the states. And we recently did a trip a couple years ago where we traveled to North Carolina, but we stopped at different states. So like I could put Kentucky here, North Carolina here, Tennessee here, Missouri, Illinois. So I could go all the way around this with different stuff. Or it could be not necessarily locations, but different things. Let's say you went on a trip and you saw different, let's say, statues or monuments or something like that. So you're going to have 3 going up and down and 4 across. And just kind of space them out as evenly as you can. Okay, so all of these are going to be like a Polaroid snapshot, okay? So we're going to glue these down. I'm going to glue my 4 corners down. So Mary, where were you taking pictures? Where were you guys headed on your plane ride? Now for next month's scrapbook layout, I'm looking at doing a red, white, and blue using the Round We Go bundle. I figure we all have maybe some Memorial Day picnics or 4th of July picnics or things like that, that we can use some 4th of July fun. Mary, you flew to Orlando and you have south of Fort Lauderdale. So were you visiting Orlando and Fort Lauderdale? Was it kind of, or did you just fly into Orlando and then travel south? My parents used to live in Florida for a couple years, in Cooper City. It was a really nice area. Oh, you have lots of pool and plant flowers. Perfect for a Polaroid look. I like the look of a Polaroid photo. I don't know why. My daughter actually has one of those Fuji cameras that does the Polaroids. And I remember her being so excited when she got that. She's like so excited about those cool Polaroids, and she would string them in her bedroom. She had a little light thing. So then we have a piece of DSP from the airplane set. That is 5 3/4 by 3 3/4. Just of the clouds. Okay, got lots of little pieces here. So we have a little sun. We use the deckled circles to make a sun. And we have a couple of just dump all my pieces out here. I probably shouldn't have done that. I have all these letters here. I'll probably lose some letters, but it'll be what it'll be. Okay. So I have this little piece here. This I'm going to use, I'm pretending like we're going to have some like sand here. I guess I'm putting some palm trees here, and I felt like they needed to be grounded, not floating in the sky. So you could take your that grungy stamp set. Which one did I have that in? The motorcycle. I don't know where I put that. Oh, here it is. You could leave it plain, but I just want to have a little bit of definition on it. So I am going to use this speckled, and I'm going to stamp that in crumb cake. I don't want to make a mess with my letters, so we'll do this. There we go. So I just wanted to give it a little bit of texture of sand. You could emboss this piece if you wanted to. And that's going to go along that bottom edge. So here's our clouds. We've got an airplane again. got that. We're gonna put our sun in the corner. We'll pop up the big one. Well, you spent the day at Universal. I have not been to Universal probably since first time I went to Florida, I think I was like 12. So a lot has changed. I would like to take my kids there now that I always felt like Universal, now I think it's changed a lot. It was for older kids when I was little. Obviously they have changed that and it's made for all kids. I wish I had it planned in the forecast to take my kids there, especially because my youngest really got into Harry Potter and he would love to go, or I shouldn't say he would love, Mom hopes he would love, you know, it's been a few years since he got into the whole Harry Potter thing, so, you know, I don't know if he'd still enjoy going. I'm sure he would. Okay, so now we're going to add our palm trees. So we have 2 palm trees. Put that up just a little higher. And now with these, one is bigger and one is smaller. And then you're just going to overlap them like so. So I'm going to put our 2 little tree trunks on. I feel like I want to crisscross them. You could put them both straight. And I might actually just trim this one down a little bit. So one is a little bit taller than the other one. And of course, we need to add a little bit of Wink of Stella. Uh-oh, running low. We're gonna add some to our sun, add some to our palm trees. Actually, I'm gonna put this one on first. I'm gonna use 2 glue dots here. So I'm gonna like double stack it. On top of each other here. So that one is a little bit higher than the other. Okay. So we've got that, and we've got this one. And we have to add our airplane, right? Oh, Karen, you're back. Did you have a lot of debris to pick up from outside, from the storms? Did you guys lose any power last night? It looked like Judy had lost power. We didn't. So there we go. Isn't this cool? Okay, and then you can put your words, put a title. So I would put the word travels. Oh my goodness, guys. Maybe along the bottom here in the sand. Mary, you could put Florida for your title. Oh, it took about an hour to clean up, but you didn't lose power. That's good. Oops, I need an E. Give me an E. And I think I want these popped up also. So what I'm gonna do in this case, I will take, we have the large foam sheets, and in those foam sheets, I'm gonna run the die through there so that I can have my letters have a pop-up, and I'll lay those letters right on top. A lot of times what I'll do when I've got something like that, I will lay my piece of cardstock on, so we have like foam sheets like this that are solid. They're not, you know, the individual pieces. I will lay my piece of cardstock on there, and then I will put my die over the top so that when it comes out, it would be already on the back, so it's all die cut. I'm gonna have to stick them on individually to make that work for, because I didn't cut them out together, but that is what you could do. And like I said, this is great for a Polaroid. So I would put Polaroids, you know, or have the look of Polaroids. Now, if you don't like the look of Polaroids, you could absolutely just put a photo in there. But I like the object to do that. And in your case, Mary, you had said, you know, you had pool time and flowers, and you could write like the different type of flowers, or drinking in the sun, or whatever it is, you know, enjoying the sun, whatever you want to title those individual ones. Or like I said, if you've been to different places or different monuments, all of those things could go in here. Okay, so here's this page that we did, and I'll bring in our other page. Now remember, this had, I'm gonna move this. This had our cool little flap thing in it, so you can get lots of pictures. So here would be two photos, and then like I said, this folds back, and you have all this space to put extra photos. So you could put photos on the front and on the back, and just have a little little mini album here. And depending, like I said, I was worried that this might get too full if I put them close together. By the time you put photos and stuff on both sides, that this might not lay very nice. Right now it lays pretty good, but you know, your DSP might pop up a little bit like this if you, once you add your photos and stuff, because there's a lot you can add in there. So these are our 2 layouts for today. What do you guys think? I just thought this was a fun way to use the airplanes. You know, if you've not been anywhere that, you know, you've been on a plane, you can still use this as, you know, a places that you've traveled, whether that's stayed in the States or not. So that is what I have for you guys today. And like I said, next month I'm looking to do kind of a red, white, and blue theme. And we're going to use the Round We Go and make some rosettes. So very excited about all of that. And remember, you have, this class is $24 plus $6 for shipping. And I have the Stamp-A-Stack, which is $55, and the Morning Create class, which is $17, and plus shipping for those classes. So if you would like any of those kits are available until June 1st. As of June 1st, I will start cutting kits and then get them mailed out. For those of you, some of you already have the Stamp-A-Stack ordered. I hope to get that done this weekend and get those shipped out already, and we'll go from there. So thank you guys so much for joining me, and I will see you guys. I'm trying to think, when is my next class? With the holiday week, it's a little bit different. So I think the next class I have is the technique class in June, and I'm guessing that is probably, I think the Sunday is the 1st and the 2nd. I'm guessing it might be the week after that, so like the 8th or something like that. So that's the next time I'll be live, as far as I know. I have to double check my calendar, so don't quote me on that. But then you guys will see me a bunch, and the Fun in the Sun is coming up. So I actually have not checked with Christine to see where she's at with all of that, as far as if she has availability for more people or not, or if that is completely sold out. So reach out to her if you have any questions about the Fun in the Sun event. That is only a few weeks away, so I think we're down to 3 weeks before that. So excited to see some of you that day. I will be here Wednesday now. I was going to be presenting on Friday, but Krista's actually coming down on Friday, and she said she would do a presentation if I would move to a different day. So I will be here Wednesday then. So anyways, thank you very much, you guys, and I will see you next time. Bye-bye.